What is up, Midway Mayhem fans? This is Dan, and today we're at Busch Gardens Tampa talking about Phoenix Rising.
That's my camera. What are you doing?
I'm Dan. I swear I am. Okay.
This is my update. Thank you. Anyway, guys, we're here at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay doing a hard hat construction tour for Phoenix Rising. There's a lot to see and do. Let's go.
What's your stuff today? Yes. Perfect. We're almost late.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Well, check this out. We have the test seat for Phoenix Rising right there. Are there any key features to note on this test seat as opposed to, say, some of your other seats that you have here at the park?
So this is, it's a new seat restraint for our park. You might think, oh, it'll be similar to Montu, but because it's a B&M, but it is not. It's just an over-the-shoulder lap bar, no vest restraint, no anything like that. So it'll be nice, wide, and open, and still be secure while you go through the entire layout.
And here we are. We're walking up to Pantopia Theater with views of Phoenix Rising. And here we can see stats for Phoenix Rising. Check it out. Height 80 feet, track length 1,831, 44 miles an hour. One train, and the height requirement right there, 42 inches.
Well, good morning, everyone. So since November, our team of engineers have been hard at work on bringing that whole attraction to life and creating what we believe, well, we know, is the most anticipated family coaster of 2024. So let's take a look first at some of those facts and remind ourselves about some of those key points about Phoenix Rising. So with Phoenix Rising, you're obviously going to be able to soar above not only Pantopia on the wings of a phoenix rising out of the ground, but also soar right over our Serengeti plains out there. And it's just going to be an amazing, wonderful experience. The best part about the entire attraction is the height requirement. So we talk all the time about creating a park that's great for the entire family, and we knew that in our portfolio of some of the best coasters in the entire world, we knew that we were still lacking that sort of entry level, right? That first time to ride that big kid coaster. And with Phoenix Rising, and with that height being only 42 inches to ride that ride, it's going to be an amazing family attraction and the best first big kid coaster ride. So rather than me try to ramble on about it, let me go ahead and bring out Eric Elliott, our Vice President of Design and Engineering, the guy who has probably the funnest job in our park. Eric?
Thank you, Stuart. Good morning, everyone. I'm Eric Elliott. I'm the Vice President of Engineering and General Services here at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. One of the things I think is obviously being in the D&E field is having the opportunity to work on great attractions like this. And as Stuart said, from back in November when we first met, you'll see a lot of progress that's happened out here at the ride site. Tremendous effort by everyone involved. And then as part of the hard hat experience today, you're going to be able to see it, get up close and see what has happened, and then have the opportunity to obviously see the active work site of what we're doing. So got a few construction photos we want to put up here, I believe. So obviously, I think everyone's seen what's been going on out there. Tremendous amount of work. I think, when you're in the D&E field, design and engineering, one of the highlights of working on projects, I would say for all of us, is definitely working on the coaster attractions. Great opportunity, lots of fun, lots of energy getting these things done. I think when you look at this perspective from a guest standpoint, on a fan standpoint, I think it's two particular milestones that everyone particularly looks at. And one of those milestones is obviously seeing the track. Seeing the track be put up and getting that first great visuals of what that attraction is going to look like is awesome. In this particular case, it was about a good 5-week process of getting all that track put in. You know, as you can see, once you go out there, a beautiful layout of what's going to happen on this particular attraction. And that's typically what goes on with that. And then we're into that process. You know, you'll see the crane out there. You see the actual lift chain process going on, being installed. So that's that first visual milestone that I think everyone gets excited about when you're doing a coaster. And the second milestone, I think everyone knows, is when that train goes on the track. So that's definitely going to be happening soon. Going scheduled, keeping that going. And, you know, I think as everyone came in this morning, you had a chance to see the test seat. So you get a chance to see the beautiful a coaster that's going to mesh with that track and give you a great experience out there. But not only with that, you know, we look at those two components, but this is truly going to be a great, as Stuart said, a great family experience for all our guests and obviously all of you once you get a chance to ride it. So with all that going on, we have a great video for you to see, great POV, and I think this will really get you excited for what's coming in the next month or so. That's pretty cool, right? So obviously great visuals with this attraction. And like I said, it's not only going to be a great ride, but it's going to be a great experience. You know, from the beginning of this attraction, as you enter the Q House and you get a chance to experience the background story with all the phoenixes and all and the different highlights that's going on with that. You know, it's going to be, like I said, tremendous and a great family attraction for everyone. But one of the things we're really excited about, and you kind of had a chance to, you know, audiolize and feel that a little bit, is the new onboard sound experience that's going to be a part of this attraction. So that's the first time for us bringing that to a new attraction here at Busch Gardens Tampa. And that having that onboard sound and that experience is really going to make this a great ride and a great experience for everyone. You know, so as we continue to move forward with that, you know, we're really looking forward to having a great time and being able to offer this. You know, as we get a chance to go into the hard hat experience out there, not only will our local D&E team that's done a great job getting this attraction together, but we have some of Nick, who's from he's our corporate development team that's going to be here to actually give you a lot more detail into the onboard experience and the visuals that was put together for this ride. So I'm really excited. I know all of you are really excited about this. The park is really excited and can't wait to get going with this. At this point, I'm going to bring Stuart back out here and we're going to get set to go.
All right, thank you, Eric. So what do you think? Is Eric a little bit excited? So just a couple of housekeeping things. So number one, thank you all for coming out today, but a couple of housekeeping things. So if you haven't received your hard hat yet, a member of our team will be happy to get you those. And then what we're going to do is actually divide you up by the color of wristband that you received today, and we'll take you out onto the construction site. While you're waiting to do that, though, we're going to have a couple of mostly our winged animal friends out here so that you can meet some of our animal ambassadors and just chill and relax. But again, I hope that you all get a chance to come out and experience not only Phoenix Rising as we complete that journey, but also get out to experience the entire park. So thank you all for your time today, and thank you for coming out. Bye-bye.
Really cool relationship with some snake species. Well, they'll use them as housekeepers. They'll take them up and bring them into their cavities to all attach so he can get everywhere he needs to go without flying. While Emmett, the other screech owl, is actually an imp.
And here we are. We're on the construction site now.
So lights on the train. Yeah, so the lights will be on throughout the day, but obviously experience.
Are kind of meant to represent the sky that the Phoenix would be flying through. Phoenix bird that's actually carrying our riders throughout the skies as you're going on this journey.
I also just off the top of my head, it's kind of hard to think when we can do something.
Station area is looking pretty good.
And we're going to do this more until the front of the ride. Okay. We have a fire, ice, a solid,
So very cool. They just revealed that the train, in addition to onboard audio, is going to have onboard lighting, and it's going to sync with one of the 4 Phoenixes as you dispatch. It's pretty cool. Well, this is a good thing to see. Grouting has begun for all of the columns and foundations.
And so in kind of traditional Phoenix lore, the new Phoenix is born and rises from the ashes of the old one. And so this opened about 10 years ago, which is the land that we're standing in. It's a land that was all about travelers and explorers who visited all of the corners of the world and discovered animals and different landscapes and nature. And they've brought all of these stories of different cultures and their travels into one place and created this very colorful and kind of eclectic and just fun settlement to explore. And so that's this richness of color and detail that we can all see around us. And so as we started to research the Phoenix, Phoenixes are part of a lot of different stories and mythologies. So there's Chinese and Egyptian and Greek and Persian mythologies that all kind of reference Phoenixes. And even more cultures just talk about different legendary birds. So the idea of a Phoenix is something just made sense here in Cantopia, that these stories of the legendary Phoenix had kind of converged, and our travelers brought these stories with them. And so that's part of what you're going to see when you come into the queue for Phoenix Rising. So our queue is underneath this kind of covered awning shade, and as you wind through that space, you'll see some different props and artifacts that represent their depictions of phoenixes or different legendary birds in different cultural styles. So you'll see maybe some that look like they might have come from Asia or inspired by Greek pottery. And so our travelers have brought these or recreated these different artifacts of different cultures as they try to figure out, all the stories of the phoenixes that have come from the past. The other thing that you're going to see in the queue is we've got a couple of these, we call them identity banners, and so they start to introduce the 4 different phoenixes that we've created for this attraction here at Busch Gardens. And so, like I said before, Busch Gardens is known for our animals as well, and connecting our guests with nature in a way that they've never seen or experienced before. And so it made sense that our 4 phoenixes are inspired by the world around us. So we have our fire phoenix, which represents the desert landscapes. We have an ice phoenix that comes from the glaciers and the mountaintops. We also have a jungle phoenix, which is the protector of the rainforests. And we have a sea phoenix, which is from our one ocean. And so you will meet one of these 4 phoenixes on your ride on Phoenix Rising. And it's also randomized, so you won't know which phoenix is coming next. So you'll have to try to get lucky to see all 4 of them. Once you make it inside of the station, that's where you'll actually encounter the phoenix. And so this is what you'll see on the unload side of the station. So as you're queuing up in our 10 rows for the ride, and you look across the station to the other side of the track, we've got these 4 really large, they're kind of meant to look like windows, but they're LED walls. They're each 8 feet tall and 8 feet wide, so they occupy almost the entire back wall of that station that you guys can see behind me. And so these video walls are where the story of our phoenix is going to come to life. So as you're queuing, you'll see the phoenix come in and materialize into the station. This is what you'll actually see as you're boarding the ride, the phoenix kind of with its wings outstretched, almost like protecting the ride as you're boarding on. And then there's a kind of, the phoenix will take flight, there's a transformation moment, and then the phoenix and the ride will depart from the station together. And then one of the best things about this attraction is that the story of the phoenix doesn't stop in the station, and that's where our onboard audio comes into play. So the onboard audio, you're going to be able to hear the phoenix carrying you on your flight. So as you go up the lift hill, you'll hear the powerful wings as they flap and carry you up to the 80-foot tall lift hill. You'll also hear the call of the phoenix at the top of the lift hill and a couple other places throughout the ride, and some other environmental and ambient effects that are inspired by the phoenix that you're flying with. And so that means that we have 4 different audio tracks. There's a fire and an ice and a jungle and a sea phoenix audio track, which matches the phoenix you meet inside. So you'll want to do the ride a couple times and hear what each one of those phoenixes sound like. And then by the time you get back, hopefully you can't wait to do the ride again. So I think I might have probably a couple more minutes. So if you guys have a couple questions, I'd be happy to try to answer some of those. Programmable, and it's going to be part of the Phoenix takeoff experience inside the station. So we've got lighting, we've got the video wall, and then we've got the onboard lighting. And of course the audio inside the station. All of those things are coordinated and synced together for this station show experience. And then those lights are going to lock onto a single color, which will represent the phoenix that you're flying with. So if you're flying as the jungle phoenix, those lights will be green, and so on and so forth.
Well, that was an awesome view of Phoenix Rising Hard Hat Tour construction. Let's go catch a ride on Iron Gwazi, shall we? Alright, so here we are, we're in line. Gwazi is now officially open. It's 10:46, so a little bit of a delay, but we'll be right on. There we go. Next in line, front row, you guys are getting a POV. And our chariot is on its way. Well, guys, that's going to do it for our video here from Busch Gardens Tampa Bay for a hard hat construction tour of Phoenix Rising. Do want to say thank you to the park for inviting us out. Had a lot of useful information and great views of the attraction. Of course, we're going to have plenty more updates from here, so if you like what we do, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and the website formerly known as Twitter at Midway Mayhem, and I will see you out on the Midway.